Brown, the wait is over. Will it be the return of the former champ in his hometown, or will the reigning champ end all speculation tonight?
Pressure's on Urijah. I'm ahead 1-0 on the scorecard.
The great thing is that I get a chance to fight him again. I get a chance for redemption. I get a chance to prove to the world and to myself that I am the best guy in the world.
He's got to win this. If he loses to me, he's 0-2.
This is my spot, and he's standing in it. So I'm going to get in there, and I'm going to take it to him. I'm going to get what I feel is mine, and I'm not going to make any mistakes.
The people that say that I got lucky, it's because they never saw me fight before.
I've been lucky 21 times. I just go out and fight. When I fought Kern, he was probably number 2 or 3 in the world. Urijah was number 1. Leonard was like 2 or 3. And I'm putting him away.
To have lost the belt the way I did and to regain it back in my hometown, this is, my chance to be a hero. I can't wait to get in there, end the speculation, end the reign of Mike Brown, and get my belt back.
All that really matters is who has a WEC title. That's the number 1 guy in the world. I have that belt. I'm the champ.
California kid is back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time to blow. This is true for what? So wrap the rhymes up. This is true for what? Better speak. This is true for what? I keep the cake. This is true for what? Better speak.
And there he is, the California kid, Urijah Faber.
It's always an interesting thing anytime you're fighting in your hometown. It could be the motivator, or it could be the pressure that breaks your back. Let's see how Urijah responds. He's responded well in the past. He's trying to get that belt back. Perhaps he feels that the pressure's on Mike Brown this time. And I can't wait to see this fight. Fired up.
It is his signature entrance song. As soon as the first note was played, the sold-out Arco Arena erupted as they welcome back the California kid, the former featherweight champion of the world.
The long hair and cornrows are back.
Well, he is 1-0 with the cornrows. We'll see if he can make it 2-0. As we take a look at the fighter abilities for the California kid, Urijah Faber. He's got a very strong wrestling base, the former Division I champion at UC Davis. Unorthodox striker, and he's very athletic. When we say unorthodox, there's not anything really he can't do. He'll make it up as he goes.
Absolutely, he's not afraid to try crazy things out there, and it's got him some amazing wins, but it's also put him in trouble. Against Mike Brown, he cannot get too cute out there.
No one could ever accuse Urijah Faber of not being too focused for this fight. He is extremely focused on one thing and one thing alone, getting his belt back. And the California kid is back inside the cage. Not a lot of love in Sacramento for that man, but he is the WEC featherweight champion of the world. Mike Brown with an impressive record of 21-4. And as Kenny Florian has pointed out, Do not get cute with this guy. He will bring it. You make one mistake, Brown will put you down.
But his fundamentals are so strong that any mishap, any mistake out there, Mike Brown's going to capitalize. He's well-rounded, and he's got that killer instinct to make that happen. You know, you hear the showering of boos here for Mike Brown, but he's dealt with this in the past. You know, in fighting Leonard Garcia in his hometown, so he's dealt with this. I think this is going to fire him up. He looks focused.
He is an absolute brick. Mike Brown, if you thought that righty hit Urijah Faber was a truckload, remember that shot he hit Leonard Garcia with. This guy is absolutely no joke. As we take a look at the fighter abilities for Mike Brown, he has an extremely strong wrestling base, a brown belt in jiu-jitsu, and check this, majority of his wins coming by way of submission.
Trained with such a phenomenal team. He's so confident now. I mean, he's a nightmare to train with over an American top team, and that's saying a lot with all the talent over there. You know, this guy is really coming into his own, and I've known Mike for a long time. He's been training a long time. He's ready for this.
The champion gets his final preparations before he enters the cage in Urijah Faber's hometown as the reigning WEC featherweight champion of the world. Two of the best in the business are now inside the cage in Sacramento. As we take a look at the tail of the tape, this one's scheduled for 5 rounds. Mike Brown, 33 years of age, 5'6", 144 pounds, 70-inch reach. Urijah Faber, 30 years of age, 5'6", 143.5 pounds, and 69-inch reach. Folks, we are set to go here. This is for the championship. We send it inside the cage. Joe Martinez has the long-awaited official introductions.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, from sold-out Arco Arena here in Sacramento, California, the moment we've all been waiting for, the rematch. 5 rounds scheduled for the WEC Featherweight Championship of the World. Arco Arena, Sacramento, make some noise! Are you ready? Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. He is a mixed martial artist, standing 5 feet 6 inches tall, official weight 143.5 pounds. Professional record, 22 victories, 2 defeats. He is the former WEC Featherweight Champion of the World, the fighting pride of Sacramento, California, the California Kid, Urijah Faber! Next, his opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. He is a boxer and wrestler. At 5 feet 6 inches tall, his official weight also 143.5 pounds. Professional record, 21 victories, 4 defeats. Fighting out of Coconut Creek, Florida, he is the defending WEC Featherweight Champion of the World, Mike Brown! Referee in charge of the action, Mario Yamasaki.
All right, this is for the featherweight championship belt. I want you guys to follow my orders at all time. Defend yourself at all times. You guys ready? Touch gloves, let's do this.
The talking is over. The media tour is over. Nothing left to do but turn these two champions, and let's see who walks out of the cage with the belt.
These are the 2 top 145ers in the world.
There you go, first one, you ready?
As good as it gets here in MMA.
And the sold-out crowd, they are on their feet in Arco.
Urijah has to use his speed advantage to get in and get out.
In their first fight, you remember, Kenny, Urijah was able to land a couple early quick jabs.
Got to use that footwork, get in, get out. Watch out for that right hand of Mike Brown. Mike Brown has underhooks here. He's in a good position to take him down and clinch.
This just shows you just how big and powerful Mike Brown is. Normally, Urijah Faber throws lesser opponents off.
Very, very strong at this weight.
Don't grab their shorts. Don't grab
Working,
their shorts.
trying to get some knees in there. Nice elbow by Brown. Trying to muscle Urijah around the ring.
And that's something we don't hear very often. Someone's going to muscle Urijah around the ring. But that's exactly what Mike Brown does.
He's a beast, he's a beast. He's looking to feint to try to get inside. Just got caught with the right hand. Nice kick by Urijah Faber.
This
right
is
to the
what
head.
he does, the unorthodox striking of Urijah Faber. His confidence is going to grow with every shot he lands.
And this is what I'm afraid of. His hands are starting to drop here. He has to stick to his game plan.
Is Mike Brown quick enough to land that one big shot like he did earlier against Urijah and like he did against Leonard Garcia?
All it takes is one. All it takes is one shot. He's got to time him on the way in. But Urijah is using his speed very effectively, circling away from Mike Brown's pressure. Great job.
And the left eye of Mike Brown has been opened by Urijah Faber. And Faber now gets him in the clinch. Is it deep enough? Is Brown strong enough to get out of this?
Urijah has a phenomenal guillotine, but he's out of it. He had it on the wrong side.
Faber gives up the back, but as he will say, he trains like this all the time, giving up the back intentionally, but not against a guy like Mike Brown.
He's got to watch giving his back here. Mike Brown is cut, but he's got a very good position on Urijah here. These are the positions he needs to avoid against Mike Brown. He's getting back to his feet here. Nice knees by Mike Brown, right to the head. He's staying on top of him. Nice one, right to the chin.
Urijah protecting himself, spins out with an elbow momentarily, but Brown's not going to let him loose.
You can see Mike Brown has that horsepower type strength. Urijah is the explosive type of speed and power. Nice knees.
Two quick knees from Urijah Faber. Brown with a big overhand right. And there you see the damage to Brown's left eye. It's not closed up, Kenny, but it is puffy around that left eye.
Yes, it is. This could be a factor, especially if this fight goes in the later rounds. That eye may shut in the next couple rounds. Urijah should try to work that side, keep working those feints. Those feints are going to allow him to get in without Mike Brown able to counter and time him coming in. Those feints throw you off.
Faber continuing to bring combinations with speed. Mike Brown rock solid, and Faber hits him square on the head, but Brown counters. Now it's Brown on the attack.
That was a big shot. I'm not sure it hit him directly in the chin. It looked like it was the top of Mike Brown's head. Mike Brown is still...
Look at this. Urijah flips out of what looked like to be a good clinch by Brown.
Mike Brown is still pressuring him, although he took that big shot. He's in a good position here, setting up the possible guillotine or Peruvian necktie.
Brown, look at his side control, so he relinquishes the clinch he has on Faber. Coming up on 30 seconds to go here in round number one.
Nice escape by Urijah, getting to his knees here. Nice front headlock now by Mike Brown. He's gonna look to try to get around to Uriah's back or possibly work a guillotine.
Urijah trying to nullify the guillotine as Brown is trying to sink it in deep. Under 10 seconds to go, and Uriah's holding on tight as he has the single. And we are going to a second round in Sacramento. This one has got the makings of a classic. Back in Sacramento, action from round number one, Kenny.
This is why everyone's so excited to see this fight. What a back and forth battle here. Nice shot by Urijah Faber, nice right hand.
Second round, you ready? You ready? Let's go, come on!
Round number 2, this one is scheduled for 5.
Urijah keeps going with that front kick. The speed advantage for Urijah is very apparent here. Mike Brown's trying to work his way in.
And you watch a tendency that Mike Brown seems to have here. When he's coming forward and he throws a punch, he's dropping his head down.
You know, I think it's the feints that's really throwing him off. That speed that Urijah possesses is really throwing Mike Brown off. Mike Brown needs to throw some more feints to try to get on the inside and time Urijah.
Brown steady as always, trying to tee off on Urijah Faber. Gets two good shots into the body.
It's a nice uppercut by Brown. Caught him up against the fence. Urijah was smart enough to try to circle away from that. And there's that footwork again. Nice kick. I think Brown needs to be a little bit more versatile here. I think he should throw more kicks. You can see Urijah is mixing it up better, which is going to throw Mike Brown off. Brown is stalking here. Urijah is trying to circle away from that power and that pressure. Nice movement.
Big punch from Mike Brown. Urijah tries to escape and Brown doesn't let him out.
Nice takedown. You can see the strength of Brown. He's in side mount, which is a great position for him. Nice elbow to the ribs there. Urijah's got that underhook, which is going to allow him to get to his knees. But Mike Brown doesn't allow. He actually goes into the guard of Urijah to try to keep him flat on his back. Probably a good choice there. He's going to work his ground and pound.
Urijah doesn't have a problem giving up the back.
Mike Brown is actively seeking out that guillotine. And here, Urijah's speed isn't a factor. On the ground, when he's on top of him, this is his way of slowing Urijah down, which is a smart strategy. You can see that Urijah's speed is just too much to handle on the feet.
Mike Brown, an absolute brick on the ground, and that's where he's going to have his most success. Trying to figure out how to crack Urijah Faber here on the mat as we approach under 2:30 to go here in round number 2.
Urijah's doing a great job of getting out of some very difficult positions here. Side mount, getting out of that back position. He's going to try to separate those hands and try to get out. Mike Brown has a cross switch, which isn't allowing Urijah to get out of there.
Faber on the defense, takes it to the ground. He's got a clinch in on Brown, but is it deep enough?
Urijah has a very dangerous guillotine himself, but Mike Brown does the proper escape. He goes to the opposite side that his head is on. That is how he was able to escape that guillotine. Very nice escape by Mike Brown. This is a battle. This is a battle. On the feet, on the ground. What a technical fight. Look at this. What a reversal. Urijah has him in a crucifix position, but Brown once again has a single leg. He's going to try to run the pipe here and take him down. He lets go of the single leg and chooses to go with the body clinch here.
While Faber is being lifted up in the air, he has a chance to look up and check the time left as we are under 1:30 to go here in round number 2. Urijah swings for the fences and a kick, and he's ready to go in the stand-up game.
This type of wrestling on the ground, on the feet, really wears on the muscles of the fighters. And Faber is still explosive here. His recovery is phenomenal. Mike Brown is pressuring here. Urijah is able to fend him off. Great footwork by Urijah. Urijah's got to keep his hands up, though. He has to respect that right hand of Mike Brown. Nice elbow by Urijah.
You know, Kenny, he's getting in, getting some, and then he's getting out. I think it's frustrating Mike Brown, but Brown just keeps coming forward.
It is. You can see Mike Brown is getting a little frustrated out there. Nice takedown by Brown. He's relentless with those takedowns. And this is where his strength and size advantage is going to come into play in that clinch position.
Coming up on 10 seconds to go here in round number 2. Brown Faber to the rematch. round action when we return to Arco Arena from Sacramento. They are on their feet as we get set to start round 3 in the rematch. Faber, round 2, third round.
Marcos D'Amato, Mike Brown's coach from ATT, encouraging him to take this fight to the ground, saying that if you get on top, you'll pass the guard, and he's gonna give his back up. Urijah has been doing that, but Mike Brown hasn't been able to capitalize at this point. Urijah going for that liver punch with the left hook, showing nice movement. Urijah has to be careful ducking his head down. Oh. Nice elbow by Urijah Faber. Mike Brown's trying to go for a guillotine here. I'm not sure he's gonna be able to lock it up. Urijah needs to hop his body to the other side. He needs to get his body up to the other side to avoid this choke. If his head is on the left side, he needs to get his body. He's on the wrong side. Mike Brown lets go. He's gonna pass here though. And as Mike Brown's coach said, he did give his back. Can he capitalize here? Wow. Urijah is so fast, so slippery, so hard to hold him down.
Mike Brown, though, is he wearing Urijah down?
Well, that's it, having that body weight, when you're on your back, when you're on all fours like that, trying to hold that weight up can be very taxing. But Urijah looks to be in phenomenal shape. I mean, he fires right back. This is the beauty of seeing the little guys go at it. It's nonstop.
Faber favoring that right elbow right now. Not going with the right punch, but the right elbow seems to be his favorite attack mode right now in this round 3.
He's definitely catching Mike Brown with it. And it's the beauty. I mean, he's mixing it up with all these different strikes, elbows, kicks, punches, shots to the body, shots to the head. It's tough to see what's coming there.
Mike Brown is a constant. He keeps coming forward. Faber with a combination again.
That right elbow.
Mike Brown's done a great job of protecting that left eye that got tagged early in round number 1.
I wonder if it was that big overhand right that caught Mike Brown earlier. It seemed to hit him on the top of the head. I wonder if there's any damage to the hand of Urijah Faber. Perhaps that's why he's throwing that elbow.
He is definitely favoring the right elbow over the right lead jab.
And that's got to hurt him. I mean, it's great that Urijah is adapting like that, but what does that do mentally for Urijah right now going into this fight, knowing he can't throw that big right hand?
Look at the sprawl.
This is the first time we've seen Mike on his back here.
He does not want to be there.
He's going for a leg lock. He's got a heel hook now. He's got a lot of pressure there on that knee. Urijah has to be able to roll out of this. If Mike Brown can kind of turn his body towards the right, he can create the leverage to get it. He's gonna bail on it, get back to his feet.
And there was that back spinning elbow that we saw in Florida last year.
You can see Urijah shaking out that right hand, Todd. He's shaking out that right hand. I wouldn't be surprised if that's a broken hand. Hitting the top of the head with your hand's never a good thing. That's one of the hardest parts of the body.
Well, he's definitely not landed any significant blows with the right hand itself. The right elbow, that's another story.
Big right hand by Brown. That caught Urijah. He's throwing an open hand strike here with his left hand. I wonder if both of his hands are injured. He keeps throwing elbows. He hasn't thrown any punches in a little while. Keeps shaking out that right hand. Urijah has to stay moving. He can't be trapped up there against the fence. That's exactly where Mike Brown wants him. Mike Brown has underhooks.
Under 30 seconds to go here in round number 3. This one's scheduled for 5. Mike Brown, with his back to you, is the defending champion. Urijah Faber, the former champion. We are in his hometown. Faber, he rules Sacramento, but can he pull it off tonight and get his belt back as we approach under 10 seconds to go here in round 3? And we will see a 4th round in this classic battle, the rematch, Brown and Faber. Well, Kenny, let's go back and look at the action we saw in round number 3. This is earlier where the punches came from Urijah Faber before you think he may have done some damage to that right hand.
Yeah, you see him throwing repeatedly that right elbow. He's landing it beautifully. But you got to think, with him not throwing those punches, there's got to be something wrong with his hand. He keeps shaking out that right hand. And even his left hook, he's kind of throwing it like a slap. He's not even throwing it with a closed fist.
This was the sound we picked up during the break after the 2nd round.
Go to the body. Go to the body. Right, all right? My hand's broken. Hey. Okay, no. I'm telling you, the right elbow, number 1.
Okay. You're right, Kenny Florin. They said, keep throwing that right hand. He said, I can't. My hand's broken. So Urijah Faber's right hand in somewhat of a questionable state. But he will go on, and we will see a 4th round here in Sacramento.
Urijah's got the heart of a champion. He's not going to quit. He's going to find a way to win. He's going to use elbows, knees, whatever it takes to get the job done, even if his fist isn't working 100%.
Takes away one bit of his arsenal, that jab with the right hand and the right power that he has, but the elbow has been extremely effective. And of course, Mike Brown doesn't know that his hand is not hurting. Look at that kick.
Nice knee. He started throwing that left hand a bit. He went to the body, went upstairs.
So Faber is technically down a right hand. Mike Brown, the left eye is starting to swell a bit.
One thing Urijah has to be careful with is circling to his left, which is circling to Mike Brown's power hand. He's circling to the power of Mike Brown. He has to be very careful circling there. He has to keep that range and make sure he stays out of that range of that dangerous right hand of Mike Brown.
Do you think there's any way Mike Brown has a sense that something's wrong with Urijah's right hand?
It's possible that his corner informed him of that. He's just throwing elbows, but it's hard. You know, you really want to focus on what you're doing, not necessarily what your opponent's doing. It's hard to really pick up on things like that.
Well, I'm going to put you on the spot here, Kenny, with 3:30 to go here in round number 4. How do you have this one going down?
You know what? I have Mike Brown winning this fight. You know, Urijah did a great job in that 1st round. Possibly could have gone his way in that 1st round. But rest of the rounds, I think I have Mike Brown based on his takedowns and based on the effectiveness of his groundwork. Because it's pretty even on the feet, right, at this point. Thought Urijah did win that 1st round, though. Fighters are definitely starting to slow down here a little bit in round 4. Mike Brown looking for a way to get on the inside.
Oh, Faber just tucked out of a big right that Mike Brown threw as we approach 2 minutes, 30 seconds to go here in round number 4.
Yeah, Mike's starting to load up a little bit on those punches, and you're going to see those things coming. He's got a single leg now that he's working on that he just let go. He's got an underhook. He's working that clinch position where he's been pretty successful. And he threw a nice elbow there off the cage.
If Urijah's corner knows that his right hand is basically ineffective, Kenny, would you tell Urijah to try to shoot and get this thing to the ground?
Yeah, you know, that's definitely a good place to be on top of Mike Brown. Question is, how good are his hands to get a hold of his leg and work those takedowns? And does he want to risk dealing with the sprawl of Mike Brown? Urijah's really starting to slow down now. He's coming with some nice short elbows, though. That landed very nice. Nice body shot by Brown. That seemed to hurt. That seemed to hurt Urijah. That backed him up. Nice right hand to the body there.
And you see that time Faber shaking his hand as he backed away. And he is all strictly right and left elbows. And I think Mike Brown was starting to sense something.
Yeah, Urijah just said ow after one of those blows. His hand's got to be killing him right now. He's got to use that movement, try to use those short elbows, and he's got to get back to using those kicks. If his hands aren't working, his corner should be yelling at him to start working those kicks again. Urijah has phenomenal kicks. And it can't be just that push kick or that front kick. He's got to come with those roundhouse kicks to the body, to the legs, to the head, and really mix it up here on Mike Brown.
Under a minute to go here in round number 4. We're scheduled for 5.
Urijah's trying to time him in. Time him with one of those elbows. He is throwing the left hand. But fighting with one hand's never a good thing. Nice knee by Urijah. If Urijah can get a takedown here, he may be able to steal the round. Mike Brown working the body.
15 seconds to go here in round number 4. It looks like we are going to see a 5th and final round for this championship bout. Urijah Faber and Mike Brown. Who walks out of Sacramento with the belt? It'll go to a 5th round. Faber in visible pain. Mike Brown, he is ready to go. It is the 5th and final round for the WEC featherweight belt. It's on the line. The challenger and the champion.
Looks like Mike Brown's got a little bit more pep in his step here. Nice rhythm, trying to find his way on the inside. That very tricky elbow of Urijah. Urijah's getting back to those kicks that I think he needs to do here. Nice clinch by Urijah. Nice jab by Brown. Brown's starting to find his range with that jab now. Nice body kick by Urijah. You see, with his hand being messed up like that, he can't secure a guillotine. He needs to grab his own hand. So Urijah's in a very tough spot here. But he's got the heart of a champion. He's not going to quit. Nice escape. Brown doing everything he can to bring this fight to the ground. Urijah's just so crafty. Nice hook by Brown. Knee by Brown, big right hand, missed its mark.
Well, cage side, they've been tracking this. Urijah's really used his right hand only 2 times since round number 2. So he's at a serious disadvantage. Mike Brown could care less, though he continues to stalk Faber.
Urijah's trying to work on a guillotine. Brown just picks him up with ease. There's that horsepower strength of Mike Brown. And now Urijah gives up his back. Mike needs to he needs to get that left leg out of there. But in doing that, he gives up position. But he needed to do that if he wanted to take his back. Brown's now working some nice feints, trying to work that jab. Anytime Mike Brown is loading up on his punches, he's missing the mark. He needs to go for speed here instead of power. He needs to focus on that. And when he does that, he's much more successful.
Faber continuing to modify his game and coming with left and right elbows.
Nice level change by Mike Brown, avoiding that big elbow. And now he has Urijah in the same position we've seen before, but Urijah is just so hard to keep down.
Under 2 minutes to go here in the 5th and final round.
Brown working those knees at the head of Urijah Faber.
Go grab the fence.
Well, after 23 minutes of fighting inside the cage, both fighters understandably look just spent. And Faber is going to try to do something here, see if he can't close this out.
Faber's got a serious choke here. He had to let go. He couldn't secure it with his hand. He could not secure that choke. His arms were in the very same position that he would use for a rear naked choke. He used it as a modified guillotine position, but Mike Brown, in turning, escaped, and Urijah's hand could not secure that position.
As we go under 1 minute to go in the 5th and final round.
Nice kick by Faber. He needs to keep going with those kicks to the body, to the head. He needs to pull something out of his hat here if he wants to get a win. Urijah needs to go for a flying knee, a big kick to the head, anything, try to pull this fight out.
Under 30 seconds to go here for the belt.
Nice double leg by Mike Brown.
And that may have just done it, Kenny.
Yeah.
Brown is just not letting Urijah attack.
He's relentless with that. What an elbow by Faber. That caught Mike Brown pretty good on the chin.
Under 10 seconds to go.
These guys are warriors.
It's over.
What a fight. What a phenomenal fight.
What an absolute battle inside the cage here in Sacramento from both fighters. All right, Kenny, let's go back and take a look at the highlights because there were highlights in every single round. Back to round number 1.
You know, Faber really set the pace in that first round. Used his speed very, very well. And you could see him right there pointing to his hand saying, it's done. In the clinch was really where Mike Brown was able to shine. Just too big, too strong with his wrestling there in the clinch. Faber did a great job of getting back to his feet, but Mike was just too relentless in there.
And round 3 was the round of elbows, but then Mike Brown started coming forward and just stalking Urijah Faber, almost sensing that he was unable to use that right hand.
You know, the heart that both of these guys are showing is just phenomenal. You know, he just kept coming despite the hand injury. And you know what, it could have been 2 hand injuries going to this. I mean, Faber is a true champion in my eyes. Brown was just relentless with his takedowns and pressure. And this was Faber's best shot, I thought, of winning the fight here. Very, very tight choke, but he had to let it go. That was very tight. Mike Brown had to go to his back to avoid that submission.
So after 5 5-minute rounds, it goes to the judges to see who will have the belt. Your champion, Mike Brown, what a performance by him. Many people questioned him whether he should have the belt. I think he answered every question tonight, no question about it. We now go inside the cage. Joe Martinez will give us the official decision.
After 5 exciting rounds in the cage, we go to the scorecards. But first, Sacramento, show your love for the war tonight between these 2 world-class, top-rated featherweights in the world. And here are the judges' scoring totals. Judges Doc Hamilton and Marcos Rosales both score it 49-46. Judge Tony Weeks has it 48-47. All 3 for your winner by unanimous decision. And still, WEC featherweight champion of the world, Mike Brown!
Congratulations, Mike. It lived up to the billing, a 5-round war, but that's what you knew to expect from Urijah Faber, and I think from this crowd as well. You said early on you were going to feed off of these boos, the biggest fight in WC history. Besides the winner, you're pleased with how you implemented your strategy.
Urijah's tough, man. I just really couldn't get my glove solid on his head, and he's a world-class fighter, man. It was my night again, and we're the two best guys in the world, man. What do you want me to say? I'm just happy, man.
Without a doubt. Now, this is the second title defense for you. You've proven without question that you are the man with this belt, deservedly so. You saw Jose Aldo, or you were probably warming up, but we saw Jose Aldo earlier this evening. Do you think he's next in line? And if so, what do you think of his skills?
He's awesome, man. I think it would be a great title fight. I just can't wait, to see Urijah back in the mix. It looked like he damaged his hand a little bit somewhere in that fight, and maybe it would have been even more of a war. I know he was hurting in there. He's world class act guy, man.
You've been in this game a long time. How has American Top Team rounded you out as a complete fighter?
They're my family, man.
All right, your champion, Mike Brown, but let's talk to the challenger, Urijah Faber, your hometown hero. Urijah, I'm going to come over to you. The ice is already on your hand. There was a lot of speculation going on with all of us cage side and amongst Kenny and Todd on air, and I can see how swollen that is. When exactly did this happen?
That happened midway through this first round, guys. I apologize. I like to go out there and bang straight up, but my weapons are gone, man. Hurt both my hands and just stayed in there. I was all elbows after that, so I'd love to get back in here and get another shot at this title. I love you guys in Sacramento, California. Thank you so much. I can't wait to get out there and hang out tonight. I'll be at the park, and guys, I love doing this. I'm glad you guys enjoy it. I wish I could have won for you tonight, but I'll be back.
The heart of a champion, Urijah Faber.
What a performance by both fighters. Very emotional for Mike Brown, very painful for Urijah Faber. Any surprises for you, Kenny?
This was a phenomenal fight. Every fight was great. It was an honor to be here with you commentating on these fights. Mike Brown showed why he's the best in the world, but Urijah Faber, really had to come back through some adversity here and deal with that hand injury. I would love to see a third fight myself. I mean, at some point, this is what you get when you get the #1 and #2 fighters in the world. What a phenomenal main event, and just a great card top to bottom.